welcome to LifeTalk for June 2017. I'm Mark Crutcher.
And I'm Renee Hobbs. Thank you for joining us.
This is Juneteenth.
Yes.
Did you know that?
I did know that.
Right. That's the day that slaves in Texas in 1865 learned that slavery was over and they'd been freed.
Yes.
And now it's celebrated all over the country. I don't know just because it was in Texas, I guess because Texas is Texas, right?
That's right.
That's the way that works.
That's right.
Right. Anyway, we are happy to have you with us. And as we've told you over the last few shows that we were going to be introducing some new technical equipment here so we could have a little bit better show, multiple cameras, better audio, and I hope you can see that that's what's happening. And so this show, we're not going to be talking about a subject to do with abortion. What we want to do is test our equipment, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get back on our regular schedule. And our schedule is to try to bring you a show a day, and there might be times when we bring you two shows if something breaks later in the afternoon. But we're going to be perusing the news, and we will be bringing you up to date on everything, just like we've always done with the monthly Life Talk show. And but today, again, we're going to be testing some technical equipment. And right now, I think our director in the studio is testing the cameras, going from one camera to the next to make sure the cameras all work well. In a minute, we're going to be having a phone guest to make sure that our phone guest system
it works
make
properly.
Sure it works, and that we can now start bringing in guests. And if you want to be a guest, if you got something to talk about, be sure and let Renee know. If you've got a subject you want us to talk about, something that we need to know about, or something a question you'd like to ask, be sure and let Renee know. And we may actually if we need you to come on and explain what you're dealing with.
That's right.
Anyway, well, let's bring in our phone guest right now. It's an old friend of Life Talks. He's been around with us forever. He used to be a co-host on Life Talk. It's Troy Newman. Hello, Troy.
Phone guest or favorite guest?
Both. What can we say, Troy? What can we say?
Well, I think rather than spinning that little yellow marker in your hand, you should be spinning a fidget spinner.
I don't think so. I didn't until about 30 seconds ago. I didn't know what a fidget spinner was.
Right. We had to explain that to him. He knows now. I think
we'll get you one for each hand.
I don't want one. Thank you. Anyway,
hey, that's a great picture of me. You should keep that around.
Yeah, that's a great picture. Anyway, Troy, we, as you know, we're just testing equipment today, but we want to find out from you if, now that we've got this new system worked out, if on those rare occasions when we think you might have something intelligent to say, if we were to call you, would you be willing to be on the show?
I'd be happy to be on the show. I can't be intelligent. I have an opinion, and we'll just keep it at that.
Well, of course, as we know, having an opinion of something doesn't necessarily mean you know anything about it, right?
We'll just ask Maxine Waters, Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the others. Right. Any Democrat, basically.
They can all have opinions on stuff without knowing much about it. But anyway, we look forward to in the future, and by the way, we've got some very interesting shows already lined up for the next few shows, and there might be some things that we could actually talk to you about, and then we would be bringing you on to give us your opinion. And you're out there in the field more than I am. You go out to all these events and so forth, so you have your finger on the pulse of the pro-life movement maybe a little bit better than I do from that standpoint. And there's a lot of things going on right now, as you know, Troy. There's it seems like every day we would have enough stuff if we wanted to. We could do a 2-hour show every day.
Oh, easily. No mistake about it. This is one of the most important times in America's history to be pro-life, to stand for the sanctity of life. So many things going on in Washington, in states across America. You've said it for many years, Mark, that the closer we get to winning, the harder it's going to be to win. Like you used to talk about the football analogy. We're right here on the 1 or 2 yard line. We've got to push it all the way over.
Right.
And that's when things get the most difficult. So you're right. There's a lot of news stories. There's a lot of action. And there's many things that we can all be doing. So thanks for having me on the show, and I look forward to a time we can get into a little bit more depth on some of these issues.
Yeah, we've got some things coming up.
Oh, yeah, some exciting
some really
things.
Interesting, exciting things going on. So anyway, Troy, I appreciate your coming on and helping us test our equipment, and we'll be back in touch with you.
Is in the mail.
Awesome.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sure just like my check is in the mail, right? Thanks, Troy.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well,
our phone
thing seems to work okay.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of issues we need to solve with it, but it seems to work pretty good. You know, one of the things, too, we need to be encouraging people about is, again, what I said a moment ago, if you know some subject. But you know what a stringer is? Do you know what that term refers to in the newspaper world?
I don't guess so.
Okay. Stringers are people that they're not reporters for a newspaper. But reporter might have, say, 10 stringers out in the city.
Okay.
And if they know about something,
Right.
they call him, the
Right.
reporter, him or her, and then that person then reports on it.
Okay.
And stringers have been around in the newspaper business forever.
Right.
We need everybody in this audience to be a stringer for us. If you're out there and you see something happen and you think, you know what, the pro-life movement needs to know about this. This is something that people need to hear about.
Right. This is a great platform for
Right.
that.
Let us know,
Right.
because we want to be the go-to place where you know you can go and get the latest information about what's going on in the pro-life movement. That's what we started LifeTalk with, many, many years ago. That was the idea we had then. It's worked well for us over the years, and that's what we want this to become.
Right. We can recreate that.
Right. We are going to recreate that, and so you can be a stringer for us if you know of something that's going on. Please, Renee, give the information where they can send to you, how they can get a hold of you, because
Sure.
you're the one that handles all that.
Yeah, I mean, you can private message me on Facebook at Renee Parvin Hobbs, or send an email to Renee at prolifeamerica.com, or call us at the number at 940-380-8800. There's many other ways that you can reach out to us.
We're not hard to find.
We are not hard.
It's not like you owe everybody in the world money, so you have to hide in the
Right.
background, right?
No, I don't.
You're not dodging creditors.
I'm not dodging.
And the mafia looking for you.
I'm a pretty clean person.
Right, relatively. Well,
Relatively clean.
do you want
huh?
me to tell stories or don't you?
Mark, we're live.
Right. Anyway, yeah, please, if you know of anything going on, or again, if you have a... In the meantime, we have we want to test and see how we drop in videos, how we're able to drop in videos into the show. And we want to test that equipment right now. So just watch this video. It's one you've probably seen before on a previous Live Talk, and we're just putting it in here just so we can test the equipment.
Most of the time, the fetus would come completely out before he either cut the spinal cord or he introduced one of the instruments into the soft spot of the fetus. He would leave a patient on a table 45 minutes with her legs open with a speculum inside her cervix as he went across to his office and had his sandwich.
I'm sorry to say, but I'm not going to work on you. And yes, there is a chance that you can die from this. But I'm not going to work on you at all unless you come up with $250.
He would hold the fetus by the feet and kind of pull down and insert the claws. And when he would squeeze them, you can see that baby's toes spread open.
And if he had a patient that asks a lot of questions, he'll prefer for them to be put to sleep.
Yeah.
And then he said that if I tried anything funny or if I didn't pay, he was going to have his wife kick my ass.
On some occasions, we had women that were, the fetus were falling into the toilet.
I got home and I took my coat off. When I took my coat off, I felt like a little pain, and they had left the IV inside my arm.
The fetus opened his eyes and actually
Grabbed his finger.
was able to grab his finger. I think the oldest procedure I'd done was right at 28 weeks. A lot of the times we would bring the big fetus that were over age, and we would reopen the bag and just look at it and be like, oh my God.
There was a knife laying on my bed. It was like stand up like this on the bed.
You could tell that the stomach was still up, and he'd start feeling, and he'd realize there was another fetus. And the patient had no idea that she had twins.
Well, that's a few scenes from a video that we put out called An American Abortion Clinic. And we're going to be doing a show about that here in the near future, but we wanted to bring you that clip first off to test our equipment.
Well, yeah, and also if you want to see the full thing, it is on YouTube.
Right. Where do they go to see that?
With it's YouTube and it's abortion clinic employees.
Right.
To get the Hispanic girl that was in the green, her name's Sophia. She's not on the YouTube channel. You would have to order that with us, but she has a very, very bizarre story.
Yeah,
happened.
Yeah, she was a patient at the clinic where those three participants in the video that we shot, where she actually went there.
Right.
And
I think they missed each other, the employees and her. I think that it was a different timing, but
Right.
but it was still the same place and the same abortionist.
well, you know, you got to think though that she was there when Deborah was there, because Deborah was there 17 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So she had to be there during that time. But
Right.
They might not have connected with each other.
I think, but Deborah had been out for like a year and a half or something
Had
at
she?
that point.
Okay.
So who knows?
Who knows?
I,
Anyway, that's a video that Renee and I shot of an interview down in Houston, and if you haven't seen it, it's very disturbing
it's heartbreaking to say the least.
to see what goes on in these places. I mean, it is mind-boggling that this goes on in the United States. But we'll be talking about that particular video later. And that girl who was the patient, her story could almost be a comedy if it weren't true.
So crazy.
The stuff that she talked about them doing,
Right. The doctor's wife wanting to kick her butt and
threatening her.
and
Right.
they left an IV in her arm that she had to go and have taken out at a park, and
Yeah, they didn't even they left an IV in her arm accidentally.
and there's a bed scene too, and we won't go into detail with that. If you guys want to watch it, you need to call us to order it.
yeah.
But there's a bed scene, and it's just,
Boy, they stalked her.
oh my goodness,
It's
crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You really just can't imagine that this actually happened, but
But it does.
it did.
Yep.
It did. Anyway, I think we've got our equipment tested.
Yep.
We've told people we need to get them out there as stringers for us. And the other thing we need to tell you is we really need you to help us promote LifeTalk Live on your own social media contacts. So like us, friend us. What's all the other nomenclature? I don't know. You keep. Up with all
Well,
that.
there's Twitter, there's YouTube.
We're gonna be on
Just share our videos, share our stuff.
on Periscope. Is another
Here,
one.
we had I've never actually been on Periscope, but that's just small little videos, I believe.
We're going to expand, and you just need to help us promote it to the pro-life community, get it out as far and as wide as you can. And we're going to be talking about some very, very interesting subjects and some very philosophical things about the pro-life movement, not just the practical things that go on, but just the philosophies
Right.
of the pro-life versus pro-abortion
Right.
side. So
Yeah.
anyway, you got
Okay.
anything else?
Yeah, just real quick, Melissa, I see your comment. I'd like to talk to you about this. So as soon as we're done, I'm going to contact you to see what's going on with the video. And then Jenny, yes, the video, the American Abortion Clinic, can be ordered online or call us.
Just call us, and we have them. And it's very disturbing, but everybody needs to see what's going on. Anyway, that's all the time we have. Until next time, remember, Life Dynamics is not here to put up a good fight. We're here to win, because winning is how the killing stops. We'll see you next time.
See you tomorrow.